The Unseen Artist: Why Passion Thrives Without an Audience, the Secret to True Fulfillment. Jake walked past the same street year after year. Among the bustling crowds and chaos of city sidewalks, a man would always sit in quiet serenity, painting landscapes. Jake barely registered him, always too caught up in his day to stop. Until one fateful afternoon, curiosity struck. He paused. "Why do you paint here every day if no one stops to notice your work?" Jake asked, perplexed. The painter turned to him with a peaceful smile and wisdom in his voice. "I don't paint to be seen. I paint to see the world more clearly." For the first time, Jake's world slowed down. The weight of the man's words hung in the air, stirring something unfamiliar inside him. Jake bought his first painting from the quiet artist that day. Not because the colors or brushstrokes were perfect, but because they told a story. A story about seeing the world through a lens of joy rather than expectation. A story about doing what you love, simply because it brings you closer to living. Jake realized something profound. True art, true passion, true living, they don't demand applause. They don't need to be validated by the eyes of strangers. Passion exists for one reason: to fill you up from the inside. That day, Jake promised himself to embrace the simple joy of being present. He began sketching for the first time in years, not to display or impress, but to feel alive in a way he had forgotten. Now, let me ask you the same question that traveled with Jake long after his encounter with the painter. What's something you do purely for the love of it? Not for recognition, not for validation. Just because, like the artist, it helps you see the world more clearly. In our hyper-connected, fast-paced world, it's easy to forget the value of doing something simply for ourselves. We chase likes, views, approval, when deep down, our soul craves fulfillment, not fame. Imagine this. How freeing would it feel to create, to build, to nurture something, without thinking about who might approve or applaud? Maybe it's dancing in the living room, journaling quietly, or diving into your favorite hobby. Whatever it is, let it teach you the joy of being present. The painter's story is not just about Jake. It's about all the unseen artists in the world, the ones who create because they must, because their heart whispers, "Keep going." These creators remind us that we're not here to accumulate wealth or trophies. We're here to feel alive through what we love. Think about it. The value of passion isn't measured by applause. It's measured by the fulfillment it brings to you. So, be like the unseen artist. Paint, sing, write, cook, or simply exist in a way that makes your soul stir. Do it not to be seen, but to truly see yourself. Jake's encounter reminds us all of an undeniable truth. The greatest form of wealth is being rich in the moments that money can't buy. And sometimes, those moments come from simply doing what brings you joy, no strings attached. So, now it's your turn. Pause for a moment and reflect. What's the one thing that brings you unconditional joy? Something you would do even with no audience, no paycheck, and no accolades. Share it below, and who knows? Someone scrolling through might just find the courage to dust off their neglected paintbrush, pick up their forgotten guitar, or dive into a passion they once thought wasn't practical enough. Let's inspire each other to pursue fulfillment over validation. Let's remind each other that passion thrives in the heart, not in the spotlight. Let's all remember that true passion doesn't seek an audience. It seeks fulfillment.